Welcome back. It's Philip A. Croce with iamCREATUREscience at iamCREATUREscience.com. Today we're in Group H of the Movement Mastery Database, the mid to lower traps and the rhomboids, and this is the external humeral rack lift. Now, just like everything else, the external humeral rack lift is all in the name. So we're going to externally rotate the humerus, and we're going to do a deadlift off the rack. The important thing to think about this is our why to start off with. So our why is, well, let's think about what do the traps and the rhomboids do. They square the shoulders, they hold the head position over the shoulders, maintain this upright postural position. So now that we know what the why is for the muscle, we figure out how to do that most effectively to complete the job. So when you come into the external humeral rack lift, the rack keeps you from getting into this predominantly excessively lumbar dominant deadlift, which at sometimes that is an important thing to do. But we're not always looking for that. What I want to do is make sure that we are effectively going into segmental linking with our lift. So we want to come here at the rack lift so we can already have a fairly aligned lumbar rather than being flexed forward. So all we're going to do is bend our knees to make sure that our arm length to the bar is complete. I mean, we don't want to be here with our shoulders down. We don't want our elbows bent. We want to go ahead and be completely locked out at the elbow so that our first movement is done. So at the back. From there, remember we are externally rotating the humerus. So given that this is anatomical position, and this is going to be our reference point, we want our hands to be underhand here. In addition to that, if you really want to get all the back muscles, particularly in the upper thoracic spine, activated, you have to use the body the way it is intended to be used. So we got to activate that teres major, teres minor, serratus anterior, and the way you're going to do that is to provide lateral forces on the bar to my left and to my right. So we're just going to pull on the bar with our arms completely straight here. When we do that, we're going to activate the teres major, teres minor, and serratus anterior. That's going to lock the scapulae in. That way we won't have any movement that we don't want. All right, so right now I got my lateral forces on the bar. My heels and toes are firmly to the ground. After this, I'm going to actually go into my mind and think lumbar. Well, let's think sacrum, lumbar, thoracic, cervical. And we're going to think in that order of alignment. Remember, the health of the individual is the health of the snake. The snake is the spine, all right? So first thing we're going to do is align our lumbar to our thoracic, to our cervical. And stand. Again, lateral forces, arms locked out, heels and toes on the ground, lumbar, thoracic, cervical. And if you're a novice and you don't know exactly what I'm doing, well, not even about being a novice, I'll take that back. To the naked eye, if you don't know what I'm doing, it just looks like I'm lifting. But I'm being very intentional to first align my lumbar or sacrum. I mean, it's fused, so you don't have to think about it in that capacity. Just go straight to lumbar. So I'm first aligning my lumbar. And this is my spine. My lumbar is here. I want to make sure my lumbar is in alignment with my thoracic spine, which is in alignment with my cervical spine here. And that's why I look like that at the end. So let's do a few reps. Lateral forces on the bar. Not holding my breath. We can even take a look at that from the back. External rotation of the humerus. Arm length to the bar. Lateral forces. Release my breath. Link segmentally from the lumbar up to the cervical. once you know the formula, it's no longer a guessing game of whether or not it's going to work or it's not going to work, because it's movement, it's real, it's magic. Eternally rhetorical, how do you move?